Defiant Brisbane coach John Aloisi claimed Adelaide United's superior fitness was a myth despite the Reds finishing all over a tiring Raw to win 21 at Suncorp Stadium. The Raw seemed headed for their first victory of the season as they led into the dying stages courtesy of Massimo Maccarone's first league goal. But the visitors were rewarded for a strong second half, with substitute Ryan Kitto equalising in the 88th minute and Johan Absalonson breaking Raw hearts in stoppage time with a powerful strike that was too good for Brisbane goalkeeper Michael Theo. A dejected Massimo Maccarone after the loss. Adelaide's late heroics condemned Brisbane to a second successive defeat after the Raw were also beaten on the opening night of the season by Melbourne City. However, Aloisi challenged his side to respond to their early season failures with a strong performance when they host Newcastle Sunday week. "We can either roll over and feel sorry for ourselves, or we can fight and make sure that we're ready for the next game," Aloisi said. A League Adelaide Paul Izzo made a costly mistake, but saved himself with two cracking saves. "Izzo cleans up after blunder. I know what I'm going to do, so I expect my players to fight as well and come here against Newcastle and put on a performance and win the game." The Raw will be kicking themselves, having had good chances to double their lead last night before Adelaide's late revival. Adelaide all but gifted Brisbane a second goal in the 48th minute when goalkeeper Paul Izzo gave up possession under pressure from Maccarone and Nick D'Agostino. But Izzo redeemed himself with fine double save to deny a wasteful D'Agostino from point-blank range. From then on it was all Adelaide, with the Reds dominating possession and territory against the fading hosts. Johan Absalonson celebrates scoring the winner. Not that Aloisi would concede that Reds were a super fit team, their fitness is a bit of a myth. "We've got players that still aren't at a level of fitness because we've had a disruptive preseason," he said. "Of course they're going to talk about their fitness because they ended up scoring 2 goals in the last 5 minutes, but we're going to get better. We know that. Maybe they Adelaide train 4 times a day, but I don't believe they're that fitter than us." Adelaide coach Marco Kurtz was disappointed his team conceded an early goal for the second week in a row, having also gone behind in the opening 10 minutes of their 11 draw with Wellington Phoenix last Sunday. The Adelaide wall deflects a Raw free kick, but he had no doubts about the Reds being able to score a winner after Kitto's equaliser. "I gave the order to play for the second goal," Kurtz said. "I will try to win every game. The referee showed that there was 5 minutes of stoppage time and I saw that we had more power in the last minutes. I will not give the order to play for a draw. That's not my mentality." 5 things we learnt. 1. Adelaide's fitness work in the off-season is paying off. Much has been said about Reds coach Marco Kurtz working his team hard in preparation for the season, and it showed with the way they finished all over the top of a tiring Raw. 2. The Raw can expect more questions about the age of their squad given the way Adelaide ran over the top of them. While it's still early in the season, Brisbane will want to silence the doubters as soon as possible. 3. Massimo Maccarone will score if he gets the right service. The veteran Italian striker finished superbly from close range after getting on the end of a pinpoint Corey Brown cross. 4. The Raw can't afford to waste chances in what's likely to be a tight competition. Brisbane could have put the game to bed but wasted opportunities, particularly Nick D'Agostino's double chance early in the second half proved costly. 5. Brisbane have some work to do to attract sizable crowds. The attendance of 11,178 was unsatisfactory considering it was the Raw's first home game of the season. A crowd of 15,000 should have been the minimum expectation.